Hello, my name is Kristofer Terry, and I would like to be discussing why I believe organizations should monitor their employees. I have three main points on why I believe organizations should monitor their employees. The first one is the reason why I believe organizations should monitor their employees is to see who is productive and who is not, and who is wasting companies' time. The second reason is because I believe there could be safety concerns that need to be addressed between organizations and employees. And by doing that, I believe a good deal of surveillance and cameras could help that. And the third is to prevent bad misconduct such as sexual harassment, bullying, and also theft. And so I would like to start with my first point to why I believe organizations should monitor their employees. And like I said, I believe to make sure that employees are productive and not wasting companies' time. As we all know, most of us, or some of us, are hard workers, and some of us are not. And in organizations, as we all know, the old saying, time is money. And by doing that, some people are productive doing their job and doing a fantastic job. And some are not. Some are just coming to work and not really putting in the time and doing what is worth for a paycheck. And so I believe that by companies using surveillance and cameras, I believe they can see who is being productive and who is not. And that's cameras inside the organization, and even cameras and surveillance on your computer to see who is surfacing on the web, who is doing their social media. As we all know, we all love our social media, such as Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, you name it. And also, like half of us, we all love our sports. Who is winning, who's not winning, what time the game comes on. And all that is good, but when you're in the workplace and on the timer on your work time, that is not good and is not being productive. And so that's why I believe that organizations should monitor their employees. A second reason is safety concerns. As we all know, we live in a world where all of us want to be safe. And not just at our house, in the comfort of our house or our everyday lives, but also at our job. We don't want anything to happen to our loved ones, to ourselves, to, people we associate with, especially with our colleagues. I'm going to give you one story. There was a situation to where I was driving a forklift and I did all this training and I thought I was, good to go. And there was a situation to where I thought I was driving the forklift right, but I was really driving the forklift wrong. And my boss at the time called me into his office, and I'm like everybody else. I'm nervous. I'm sweating hard, not knowing what to do. And he told me, Kristofer, it's okay, but we saw you on the surveillance and you was not using the forklift right. And I'm thinking to myself, oh man, what's going to happen? Am I going to be fired, or he said, no, we want you to learn, but we also want you to be careful. And the reason why we're saying this to you now is because even though there was nobody in the store, this was early in the morning before we opened, there could be a kid or whoever or another employee, and you could have injured them. And so we want to make sure that everybody is, protected and okay. And so that's why I believe that surveillance, cameras, monitoring employees is very important for safety. And also little things as well, such as, they want to make sure that the employees are hydrated. If it's really hot outside, they want to make sure that the employees have water and that the employees are inside cooling off. Or if it's cold outside, make sure their employees are getting a jacket, anything. Or Also for customers, making sure, especially in retail and fast foods, making sure that there's a wet floor sign, you know, in the middle of wet spots, for customers and also employees as well. And the third and final thing is because I think organizations should monitor their employees is because of misconduct, bad behavior, and theft. As we all know, we want to live in a world and society where everything is where we all equal and we all are not bullied and other harassment things like sexual harassment, racial harassment, especially on our jobs. And I believe that using video surveillance and cameras helps us, well, actually helps the employer keep a close eye on who is being treated right and who is being treated wrong. Because we jobs and organizations want to have a reputation of treating everybody equal. And an employee may not feel they're being in the right or may not feel like they're being treated right. And so that's why I think it's very important. And another thing to add on to that is theft. We live in a world now and even back then where everybody is quote unquote stealing, especially in their jobs, whether it's an inside out job or they're stealing they're stealing money in a bank that they're working in. And so I think that surveillance keeps a very close eye on people that are stealing within the workplace. And it keeps employers from having to lose money, which is very important because no organization wants to lose a profit or lose money in that situation. In conclusion, I believe that even though some employees may feel like their privacy is being violated, and to some degree, I could say that, but I believe in the long run, this is really good for organizations, and it's just something that you have to understand, and I believe it's in the best interest of the companies and organizations. Thank you for your time, and thank you for having me.